Hi everyone, how is it going and how are you doing? First of all, thank you for watching my videos and appreciating me. And these videos are exclusively for inspirations and for sharing good vibes, positive thoughts, and basically I'm making all these videos for my daughter, so when she grows up she can see me and she can see everything that we experienced in her childhood. So I want to be an inspiration for my daughter, and that's my main goal, to make these videos. And recently I had been invited by Augsburg College here, and they asked me to enlighten them about how is it to be women in Hinduism, or is there any impact of religion on you, or how does it looks like to be a Hindu woman. And I was amazed to hear that. And so I was invited there for a guest lecture. I made this small speech for them and a presentation which I'll be sharing with you. And these are my views for women in Hinduism, and about the and more about the modern women in Hinduism. So I'm not a good speaker in the sense like I have to memorize this and then speak. Well, I can do that, but I wanted to read it and to be more realistic. So I, of course, started with expressing my gratitude towards the hosts and the people who were sitting in front of me, and thank you very much to the people who are also viewing this video, because this is going to be a very enlightening video about women in Hinduism. So appreciate if you like, and leave your comments if you have any questions regarding it, and if you want to understand more about women in Hinduism or women's perspective through me, because I believe I'm an individual and individual carries their own beliefs. So as women, for me, for today's world, is that global force of transformation to open the doors towards modern world. The word women is not limited to a certain community, region, religion, or country. The topic women needs to be subjected as women of the world, with attainment of knowledge and understanding towards the subject. To start with, let's explore the subject as women in India. And while we do this, let us have a sneak peek towards women in Hinduism also. So let's start with myself. As I am a living example to you to know how modern women looks like in Hinduism. And trust me, while saying this, I mean modern women of India, irrespective of anything. Yet, yes, I am a Hindu woman, if that helps. But before I move ahead, let us take an oath to be positive women, and let's empower each other through sharing positive thoughts. This is so overwhelming personally, as it takes me back to my childhood. Born in a small district of central India, my childhood was like any other kid, I would say. Yet, as a Hindu, it was almost a ritual to visit the temple in the neighborhood, and the temple of goddess Kali. She is the goddess of time. Trust me, as a kid, I was completely innocent to understand or ask any questions regarding that. I do felt fearful sometime to look into the divine eyes and her avatar as a goddess of creation, goddess of change, preservation and destruction. But then I noticed her smile, and hence I assumed that she is good for me. I noticed the priest and men around singing songs of praise for her with so much devotion. The whole environment of divinity covered with the sounds of bells and drums. It was a very empowering experience for me to see men worshipping women, and even more to see women worshipping women. If you take a glimpse of map of India, you would immediately get an impression about India being called Bharat Mata, the motherland. This very well reflects the feelings of Indians towards women of the world. Ever since the Vedic ages, women to Hindus is a symbol of power, symbol of strength, prosperity in terms of growth and generation, growth in knowledge, growth in talent, and growth in assets. And not by the greed, but by the caliber that women carries. So women in Hinduism is considered to be goddess, the divine, in all phases of life as mother, daughter, wife, and sister. As it is very well said in ManuSmriti, the oldest Hindu mythological manuscript written by sage Manu himself, and also known as Hindu Dharma Shastra, that 3.56 verse says, the society that provides respect and dignity to women flourishes with nobility and prosperity. And the society that does not put women on such a high pedestal has to face miseries and failures, regardless of how much noble deeds they have performed. And this is not a myth. It's a warning to the world to treat their women fairly, and there are nature's own way to do the justice if not done by humans. And this is not a myth. It's a truth, and we have seen it. We have seen all the social problems arising if the women is not treated right. Verse number 3.57 says, a family where women remains unhappy due to misdeeds of their men is bound to be destroyed. And a family where women are happy, always happy, is bound to prosper forever. Verse number 9.6 says, women gives birth to next generation. They enlighten the homes, they bring fortune and bliss. Hence, women are synonymous to prosperity. Throughout my life so far, I have practiced religion to attain spirituality, and that should be the main goal. To follow religion is to be righteous, to do good deeds, that is karma. Good karma leads you to the path towards meeting the Paramatma, Super Soul, God. Dharma is, to me, is your duties, and not just sitting back and worshipping. It's your duty to respect elders. It's your duty to help poor. It's your duty to take care of your child and make them responsible humans. And hence, dharma is your responsibility, and karma is carrying on your responsibility with good action. So if you say that I will run off my responsibility as I am married to someone who is now responsible for me and my family, then you're wrong. You do not marry to burden or control anyone. You marry to carry on your responsibilities further. Yes, if you are sick or disabled to perform your duties, then it's definitely not your fault and hence excused in Hinduism. Every time a girl child is born in a wise Hindu family, she is considered to be the goddess herself born and brought up in the best possible way by her family. Daughters are provided with best skills by her parents to make her independent and responsible towards herself and towards the society. She is the talent zone of the family to be cherished. And yet she has never been expected to be extraordinary, rather facilitated to be one at her own wish. Women are named after various forms of goddess, witnessed by human beings on earth. My name, Smriti, is from the name of our own first Dharmashastra, ManuSmriti. Manu means Shiva and Smriti means which is remembered, and referred to a body of Hindu texts usually attributed to an author. Women in Hinduism is a symbol of highest position in humanity, as she is the creator and she is the mother of the male form of divine, which is we called God. She is Parvati, the mother of Ganesha, and Kartikeya, son of Shiva, henceforth and hence said. Throughout her journey, women are protected and embraced by her close ones. She is independent and so she doesn't need a chariot. She just looks for a fair justice in the society. She deserves equality. So, in Hinduism, it's clearly mentioned to praise, protect, and facilitate women at all circumstances. It has been witnessed by us how it could be so harmful for the humanity if women's self-respect is suffered and so emerges all the social problems. We have witnessed Draupadi, we have witnessed Sita, and hence how God has done justice to them through creating Mahabharata and Ramayana, giving clear clues to man about the consequences through God's own words in Bhagavad Gita, through 700 shlokas and 18 chapters guiding Arjuna to fight for the justice for his wife, Draupadi, and stand firm against his cousin Duryodhana, who was demon in many other ways through his acts. Women and men are forms of life, that is soul. Soul is born out of Supersoul, Paramatma, and goes back to the same after all its duties on earth, to be cleansed through heaven or hell or both, and reincarnated to come back to life in another form and fulfill its karma. This cycle keeps on going till the higher consciousness is achieved by the soul through its learning in every birth. Another way to raise your spiritual consciousness is through yoga, meditation, as mentioned in Hinduism, called the third eye awakening. Thus, soul can accelerate the process to attain the supersoul. There are many spiritual hymns, chants, and melodies available on YouTube and social media if you want to explore more about Hinduism, yoga, and meditation. Women and men both have been given equal rights in Hinduism to perform all the duties together with respect towards each other. No Hindu ritual or ceremony is considered complete without his wife sitting next to husband. After marriage, women gets even higher status in the society, as now she will help her husband to grow the kutumb or generation. Not to mention in Hindu Puranas, today's modern technologies and sciences had already been mentioned by the story of Ganesha the one born out of the goddess' own body without Shiva, and many other stories of cloning like Kali, born out of Durga along with her various other forms. Various demons reforming and rebirthing themselves through their own drop of blood or DNA. Shiva bringing Ganesha back to life by head transplant, and so on and so forth. As a modern Hindu woman, I am liberated. I am wise enough to empower myself and others, no matter where, to spread awareness among all other women of the world that we are the bliss on this earth. When it comes to heroism, Hindu women in various fields of leadership, I feel empowered to take names of Rani Lakshmi Bai, who was the first women queen to start the movement against British Raj in India, and have left generations to stun, to believe in women power by creating women soldiers in her army. Hindu women who proved to be the Iron Lady of Indian political history, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, gave freed Bangladesh and also promoted Khadi awareness with Mahatma Gandhi. Although, in my views, religion can influence politics, yet politics should remain fair to all. And who doesn't know Mrs. Kiran Bedi, known for her kind-heartedness and positive attitude? As the first woman IPS officer, she has been influential force to initiate various reforms for Hindu women, for women of India, and for children. She worked towards movement to empower. And who doesn't know Mrs. Kiran Bedi, known for her kind-hearted and positive attitude? As the first woman IPS officer, she has been influential force to initiate various movements towards enforcement of and empowerment of women and children in India. And not to be said, she is the key member working towards anti-corruption movements in India. These are very few examples of women's role in leadership, yet not limited to Hindu women, but to the women of India. Like Mother Teresa, Shabana Azmi, the social activist, influencing various movements for empowering women and children and poor. The very old norma of caste system mentioned in Vedas is no more the essence of modern Hindu society. Of course, I am untouched by these age-old practices which got vanished at its own pace. Social justice comes before any norm, as said by the father of the nation, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, means non-violence, is our first and foremost duty. No religion can overrule the secular spirit of the nation, and hence may we practice spirituality within ourselves and attain wisdom. Hinduism is not forced and can never be achieved through rituals or ceremonies. It's attained by one's self-realization and spiritual awakening, which we can do by practicing focus towards positive energies and releasing all negative thoughts. If humans accomplish this, they will gain wisdom and find out solutions to all the doubts. Being a woman is, after all, the divine feeling of being a creator anyways, and it's truly empowering in itself. Hence, such power is worth celebrated by the universe as a gift of nature. Thank you.